Rise2025. Morena Atamari from Tamaki Makaurau here in Aotearoa. This is Rachel Petero and Ngapera Riley.
Morena.
Morena e hoa. And yeah, we're here in Tamaki Makaurau in the beautiful Auckland city, which is in Aotearoa, New Zealand. And I'm here to have some real talk with Ngapera Riley. So how are you this morning, e hoa?
I'm wonderful. It is a wonderful summer afternoon. It's Friday. Life is good. I cannot complain. Yeah, kia ora koutou.
Great. Thank you for being here with us to really get into some real talk about Indigenous women, well-being and wealth.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do it. Let's get involved.
Let's do it. So firstly, you know, it's always part of our kaupapa. So, you know, no waikato tainu ahau, ko Ngāti Tamoho me Ngāti Whawhākea o ku hapu I te taho tōku pāpa, ko Ngāti Tahinga me Ngāti Te Ata o ku hapu I te taho tōku māma. Ko Rachel Petero tōku ingoa. So, where are you from, e hoa?
No te arawa ahau, ko te arawa te waka, Ngāti Uanuku kōpako, te roro o te rangi, tauhaurangi me whakaue o ku hapu. Tēnā rā koutou katoa. I was born and raised in the beautiful city, the metropolis even, of Rotorua, in the middle of the North Island in Aotearoa, New Zealand.
Yeah, beautiful. So you've got Rotorua, Te Arawa on Ngāpera's side, and then you've got Tainui on the Waikato side. And so, you know, as a people, we come together to make things happen.
Oh, if you dig down deep enough, you find connections everywhere with Māori, don't you?
Aye, tika So today, I really want to start with where your cultural beliefs are in terms of money and well-being and financial well-being. Where does that come from, e hoa?
Yeah, I guess I've had a quite a unique journey with, I guess, my cultural beliefs around money. It wasn't really something that was spoken much of in our household. My mum and dad were kind of hippies, I guess, back in the 70s when I was born, in 80s. I mean, all this talk of sustainability and off the grid. We had our own gardens and were recycling and things like that for years. Both my mother and my father were very, you know, they didn't spend a lot of money. So they were always trying to save money where possible, you know, and so I guess we didn't talk a lot about it. You know, we got bank books and things at schools, but it wasn't, I guess, culturally for our whānau anyway, it wasn't something that we talked much about in the open. You know, we always heard from mum and dad about wanting to save money and be careful and mindful of spending. But certainly there was no financial literacy or, you know, expectation even to go out and make lots of it.
Yeah, wow. Yeah. And then, so how did that sort of transport into your, maybe your university years?
Oh gosh, well, I think everyone was broke in the university years. I was very lucky. I got the opportunity to go to New York as a teenager and make a little bit of money, US money at the time, in order to save for university. My dad was pretty clear. We had a lot of children growing up, and at that time, Dad was a single parent. So he was basically like, I'm really, really proud of you for going to university, but just so you know, I don't have any spare. I can't pay for your accommodation or your fees, so you're going to have to navigate that journey, which was really cool. It made me really independent, and yeah, it was awesome. But I was stuck in this kind of weird world where I would go to New York in our summer to make money and save money for university, and I was kind of thrust into this world where there was just millionaires and Hamptons and old money, like a lot of money.
Yeah.
And come back into this university lifestyle where everyone's kind of broke, but it was cool. I mean, I learned to save. I learned the value of money, but I also learned that, geez, there's a lot of it out there. If you know how to, if you wanted it, and if you wanted to aspire to making lots of it, then it was definitely a possibility.
Yes, great. And then you learned a little bit about how to make your own money when you got your first job. So how did you do that?
Oh gosh, I think like everybody else, I started my first job was waitressing and, fish and chip shop and bakery and all of that stuff. And again, that came out of I think a little bit of that came out of vainness, because I wanted like Levi jeans and fancy shoes, and my father was like, yo, I'm not spending $100 on a pair of jeans. So if you want that and that's important to you, you go and get a job and you do that for yourself. So, which is pretty cool.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. But I learned to make it myself. Yeah.
You did. But you had a bit of a superpower in terms of what we call now today negotiations. So what did you do to negotiate your first job?
Oh, my first job out of uni. Yeah, that was interesting. So, I had graduated with a Bachelor of Health Science at that time. I studied in med. I switched to health science. It was a brand new degree. And I didn't know what I was going to do, because I wasn't really a doctor or a nurse or a physio, an actual health professional. So somebody said, what are you going to do with that degree? And I thought, sheepers, I actually don't know. I knew I wanted to help people. So I thought, Ministry of Health, that's where all the funding for the health in New Zealand goes. I'm going to go there, because maybe I can make a change up the top. Maybe if I can understand how that operates, I can actually help by filtering things down to the people on the ground who we actually care about. So I went there, I applied just randomly for random jobs. I didn't get any of them because I didn't know about finance and payroll. I was just kind of ad hoc applying for any job that came up. But somebody interviewed me and she said, gee, you're really awesome. I'm so sure somebody in the ministry is going to want to hire someone like you. And I think she meant Māori and women and young. So I'm going to email out. So she emailed out and said, here's this wonderful young woman, new graduate, fresh out of uni. Has anybody got any jobs or projects that she could get involved with? They started calling me. So I had 5 job interviews lined up. And the first one I was really excited about. It was with Māori Health, and it was actually an administrating Māori Health scholarships, of which I had been the recipient of. Thank you, Ministry of Health. So I was like, oh, that's a cool job. And I went in and interviewed, and boy, the lady was tough. She was like, yep, this is, you can have this job, you'd be good for this, and I'm going to start you at pretty much the lowest rate, which was $32,000. But as a young Māori woman, I was like, oh, that's actually heaps of money. Maybe I'll take it. And she kind of saying to me, you'll never get another job offer. This is as good as you're going to get, and this is it. So I went back to my sister and she said, no, sis, don't take the first job offer. Go to all the job offers. Once you negotiate that pay rate, very hard to go up. So always go in high, always go in confident, know your value, and don't accept anything on the first offer. Just talk, find out what they're offering, and it's okay to wait. You can go back and negotiate later. Such great advice.
Yes.
So I did that, and I went to another job interview. They offered 45. I went to another job offer, and it just kept going up and up and up. And because I knew I had a few of these tools of negotiating in my kete, I walked out of there with an amazing job opportunity, and I started on a really, really good salary, double what was first offered. Yeah. And so it was really cool. I felt really proud going into my first job, and it was just really, really awesome. But it was a very important tool. Yeah. And along that journey, I began to look around me in the offices and think, gosh, I really am one of the only Māori women. And it made me feel valuable because I was kind of unique in that space. I mean, there were other Māori women that worked in the offices, but not at that time. I couldn't see them. But yeah, so that was my first job, negotiating. Always tried to negotiate that first time, know your value, lock in the deal, and go for it. You can always negotiate down, but you can't negotiate up.
Yes, wonderful advice, everyone. Listen to that. Don't take that first offer. Make sure to negotiate up. And know your worth.
Know your worth. Yes,
So now we're in the present day, and you have an amazing role as the CEO for Figure New Zealand, really looking after our public data. Thank you very much. And so the question really is around Indigenous women, and can we be millionaires in this?
Absolutely we can, and I know a few, so yes we can, and that's a cool thing, right? There's so much opportunity out there now for women, for Indigenous people, as we move into different spaces of technology, as we move into different spaces of online e-commerce. The opportunities are really, really growing. But so too, I think, with the advent of technology, is a kind of a return and a value back to some of the traditional roles.
Yes.
Caregiving, teaching, and things like that, even though those aren't specific female roles, but I think they're going to become more and more valuable. And I think, I don't know, I think with Indigenous women, we have this amazing ability to drop the ego and just get stuff done. And that translates so well to a business environment. Yeah, and it's just like the ability to cut to the chase and get down to the mahi. It's an amazing quality Indigenous women have, and I think it's a superpower. Our ability to empathise and kind of see, navigate what's going around us, not just what's in front of us or the problem at hand, but to, you know, balance up the full context of the situation is a really amazing thing. And yeah, I think it makes for more thoughtful approaches.
Yes, absolutely. And we're seeing it. So Ngapera and I work together on one of our boards is Te Ohu Whai Trust. And we get to scope the world for opportunities for Indigenous, for all Māori. And it's a wonderful space to be in. So, you know, what have you seen now that you've been out, you know, we've been connecting globally? What have you seen that's really valuable that we should be really embracing as Indigenous women in business?
I guess, I mean, it's different for everybody. I'm not going to tell anybody how to do their business, which is cool, but I just see so much potential globally. I think a lot of people still tend to think within the confines of their whānau and tribal and their boundaries, which is great, and that's what matters most at the end of it. But there is so much opportunity to do business around the world with each other, not just not doing business and trading with you know, with dollars, which we all love and is important, but sharing knowledge and sharing advice and making warm introductions and support along the way. So I really encourage people to think big, think global, think outside of just, I mean, our local markets here, New Zealand, I mean, we're a small island. There's no way we could just do business here. You know, we have to think big. And the world is a big, beautiful place. And people love to do business with Indigenous people.
Yes.
They really like the way that we operate. We've been operating in these ways for thousands of years, connecting, making connections, looking after each other, eating together. These are all, and now these are starting to become the next newest big thing in business and Forbes. It's like, man, we've been doing that forever.
Forever. Mai rano.
Yeah, so I guess my advice is to think big, and, you know, also with the now that we have so much more information available, tools like data, information like data that we can find online, we're really able to, I think, make much better decisions because we have access to so much more information, and we can connect with people cheaply and easy through platforms like Facebook and Instagram. So I think understanding some of those new platforms, retaining our old Indigenous ways of values of doing things, but embracing new technologies, I think we could really take on the world.
Yeah, wonderful. And that's what it's all about. I mean, yes, whānau, yes, iwi, yes, Aotearoa. But the world, I truly believe, is open to hear what we have to say as Indigenous. Absolutely. And so what we're saying to our wahine, to our women who are looking and exploring what next, really give it a go.
Aye.
Connect with these amazing wahine on this series, the Real Talk series, And I tell you, you can connect with so many more people. So, you know, just keep having the conversation. So your business, Figure New Zealand, what's coming up that you'd like to share with us, Ngapera?
Well, a couple of big things coming up. So our business, first of all, we believe that public data rightly belongs to the people, because it's our information collectively. In the past, it's been really hard to find. So we build technology that makes it really easy for people who aren't experts to find data and information about the things that they care about. And we make it easy to find. We pull it into graphs and make it very searchable and easy. So that's great. We've spent 7 years building that technology, and with a focus on non-experts. But we've realised that now we really need to focus on, as data becomes the most valuable asset in the world and it's really changing the game, we're just really, in our heart of hearts, believe that we need to teach people how to use it and how to think about it. And, you know, at the moment, there's already a kind of a divide. So if you're wealthy and you've got lots of money and you have access to a data analyst and you can afford market research and all these things, you're ahead of the game. So for people who are doing good things, particularly for our country, people who are not-for-profits and charities and small businesses trying to get growing, those are the people that we really care about for our charity. So we've realised we need to actually create data literacy resources to take the fear out of numbers and data and really teach people practical ways about how to use it. So we have 2 projects coming up. One is our Māori data pilot, and we are very, very excited. We're partnered with Callaghan Innovation and the Māori economy team, and they together, we are going to launch the first ever Māori data directory, focused on information for and about Māori people. You can find it all in one place.
Oh,
it's very exciting.
Well,
and we're going to also travel, hopefully, if we can find some more money, we can travel around the country and actually work kanohi ki te kanohi to teach people and organisations how to harness the power of data.
Oh, wow. Wonderful.
And then the other project is Community Project. And that's more wider, but that is really around how do we focus on developing online data literacy resources so that if you're a small business in, I don't know, Westport or Ngaruahia or anywhere that you may not be outside of the big cities to come to the workshops and things, how can we create resources for people that are free and available online about things they care about?
Oh, wow. Amazing. And so, Figure New Zealand, how do they get in touch with you?
Just type figure.nz. You'll see our website. There's all the contacts on there. If you need any help with your data, we have a data team. If we don't have it on our site, we should be able to find it. At the moment, we're only focused on New Zealand data, sorry for our international friends, but we hope to lead the way in terms of showing other countries around the world how people can make the data easier for people to use.
Wow, amazing. Really, truly amazing. And in such a short time that you've been in the CE role.
Yes, that's right.
So just really saying, and ngā mihi nui kia koe e hoa, ngā mihi tō mahi kaha, o tō manaake i ngā iwi katoa. Ai. So thank you so much for spending time with us. It's been fascinating to hear your journey in such a short time, but you know, I know that this is only part of your life, and you know, this has been a whole build up to where you are now. So thank you so much. And I just want to share, we're wearing these beautiful taonga. So where's yours from, Ngapera?
Mine is from the amazing designer Kitty Nathan. And it's actually the carver is her husband, but he's a very smart man and he puts his wife at the front of the business. And together they run an amazing fashion company, and they do beautiful gowns and Indigenous greenstone pieces.
Yeah.
Beautiful woven taonga, which I also have a piece as well.
Yes, and I'm wearing one from my hapu. So this is from Ngāti Tamoho, and it is also made by one of our carvers. So Maka Portini, and one of our young up-and-coming leaders actually made this, and I've got one for my husband as well. And he's very clever because he puts me at the front as well. So. what we have our beautiful men for, just like Aaron.
Yes, holla.
So thank you, Ehua. Thank you for your time. I know you're a busy woman.
Yes, hola.
And ngā Te Ohu Whaiau Trust, we're heading over to Vegas for the Reservations Economic Summit.
Yes, that'll be great.
So look us up, and then some of our trustees will be in Fiji because we've got a new contract and partnership with Pacific Corporation Foundation.
Beautiful.
And Toki Trust over there. Isn't that exciting?
That's very exciting. Very, very exciting. Can't wait to go.
So on that note, everyone, I look forward to reconnecting and really share what you are getting out of this Real Talk series. We've had great responses, great numbers. So we'll see you again next time. Ka kite ao.
Ka kite anoa.
Bye.